Hi everyone, this is Bernard Fogg with OpenFly magazine, features editor. I have the wonderful Chavez Brown here with his new first book, Nice Guys Don't Finish Last. So it's a little different, a little spin on it, but I'm very interested on what it's about. So we're going to sit down, talk with him, get to know him. That way we can all leave here and know a little bit about the author, okay? So we can go right into it. It's really nice to meet you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So, when did you first realize you wanted to write?
I first realized I wanted to write when I was a little boy. I was around 17 and I made cards for everyone in my immediate family. And they all were emotional and they all gave me positive feedback and they told me that this is something that must not go unnoticed. Right. And from that point on, I started writing poems and posting them on MySpace. And Raven and Kudayo, who was actually my neighbor at the time, he approached me about Escape the Matrix. It was a new magazine that he was about to start at the moment. The Matrix, it opened the door for me. It made me realize that writing is something that I really love to do, and it took my writing to another level. But it wasn't until I took a creative writing class that I wanted to write a book.
What do you consider a good story? I know we're jumping right in it, but what would you consider a good story?
A good story to me is one that comes from the heart, one that's very honest, one that it doesn't have to have a typical beginning, middle, and end to be good. It connects with you.
What demographic would you say that your book would fall under? Who are you reaching out to?
Well, the certain group I would like to reach out to is obviously the gay and lesbian, between ages 16 to 35, but I feel like there is something inside the book for everyone, because I think that some of the situations, although it's about a gay couple, some of the situations straight couples can relate to as well.
So, with the book, which I cannot wait to read, guys, he read a passage at an event previously, and I wish you could have just seen everyone in the room, like their response. Like, of course, it's a snippet of, of course we wanted him to read the next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter, but just that snippet alone, I was just like, oh my goodness, like everyone's at the edge of their seat. So, like I said, I cannot wait to read it. But with that, I'm wondering, of course, other people out there are probably wondering, like, what actually inspired you to write this book?
Well, I began writing the book 2 years ago when I was out of a job. Then I had relationship issues, and I was coping with being back at home with my mother. I had so much frustration built up in me. I had so much anger, and I didn't know how to release it. So I did keep a journal, but my journal wasn't even working. My prayers at that moment, I thought they weren't working. So I turned to my laptop and I started writing. I started creating a fictional story that is basically inspired by some true life stuff, but I exaggerate a lot, and and it's also inspired by a lot of conversations that I've had with friends. And one specific relationship that I was in that wasn't very healthy. The two main characters are kind of inspired by that relationship, but it's still very exaggerated and still very different.
Right.
I haven't been through anything that drastic before, so.
See, and look,
yeah.
you guys have to get it. to even know what we're talking
Talk
about.
about, right.
I'm not even gonna say the chapter, but okay. With even writing the book,
Right.
and you have your inspirations on it, I guess while actually writing it, did you learn anything new about yourself? Did you find any like surprise, like, well, I didn't know I could do this, or I didn't know this about me, you know, kind of like you unlocked something. Did you ever?
Well, it's one thing that comes to mind. Not, I don't know if it's really a positive thing, but I've lost my information. I lost 2 chapters that I typed up, and I didn't email it or anything, so I had to rewrite the chapters again, and I was crying. I was pissed off. I was pissed off. But what I typed afterwards wound up being much better than the first time. So I'm grateful for that experience, but what I also learned about myself was the fact that it showed me that I was very sensitive and passionate about this book.
Right.
I do have to say that Beyonce has inspired me when it comes to her hard work and her drive and her hunger for what she does.
That's true.
It inspires me to be the best author that I can possibly be. Be the best at whatever I choose to do. I must also be. I love my mother to death. She's a person who keeps me grounded and keeps me going. But I also have to give my father props for his drive and just seeing how, because he's been working since he was 13, and yeah, God bless his heart. he was working since he was 13, and he's still working, and nothing gets in the way of him working. And he loved to provide for his family, so.
As every man should.
As every man should.
That's good. That's good. Okay. But besides the book, are there any other things that you accomplished?
Yeah, I've gotten my degree in mass communications.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Oh my
you.
goodness. Okay, so you have your degree, you know, you're doing your thing, you have your book. We would all love to know what is in the future for Chavez Brown.
Well, I need to continue to promote this book right here. Nice Skies Don't Finish Last. You see it? Yeah. Matches my shirt. Not on purpose, but I need to continue promoting this. I want a book tour. I want book signings. I also want this bad boy to be a movie one day. I would love for Lee Daniel, the director from Precious, I want him to be the director. I want to continue writing books.
Okay. Alright, so I want to do something special.
Okay.
This is the special thing right here. I reached out to a few people on Twitter, just asked them like, hey, if you could ask them any questions. It's something that I said OpenFly like to do. So it's a random question, but just answer as best as you can.
Okay.
And this person, we all know and love, is at Polo Kenny on Twitter.
Oh, Polo.
Okay. His question is, will he devolve outside of the gay culture in his next or future work?
Great question.
And it's a really good question.
Well, for my second book, I do plan on moving away from the gay and lesbian direction. Not saying that I'm going to fully neglect it, but I have one good concept in my head that I cannot wait to reveal. Not yet.
Don't tell us.
Not yet. Because I don't want nobody stealing my ideas.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so you do actually want to go out there, which I think is good. It's always good to dibber and dabber.
Test the waters.
Right,
throw some curveballs. Because one thing about me is that I like to try new things. I like to try new things, and I don't want to be a one-trick pony. I want to write a book about female vocalists. It'd be very controversial.
That would be very interesting. I think a lot of people underestimate women in general, and especially their talent.
Yeah. I also would like to do one about old school versus new school in R&B music. I think that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really want to thank you for sitting down. I feel like I'm walking away from this knowing a lot more about Chavez Brown, the author, so it makes me even more excited to read the book. And if you didn't get it, please let us know where we can find this book.
You can find the book on createspace.com. You can also find it on Amazon.com.
That's where I got it from.
If you ever want to get in contact with me, you can visit me on facebook.com/ChavezLBrown and twitter.com/ChavezLBrown. And also, my website, Nice Guys Don't Finish Last, is under construction, so be on the lookout for that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Alright, well thank you so much again. Like I said, I'm excited. I just can't wait. I'm sorry. I just cannot wait. But you guys can follow OpenFly too on Twitter, openfly.mag. Thanks to all the supporters, also supporters for Chavez Brown. Just, you know, keep following him on this amazing journey, and I'm excited. I cannot wait. And we will see you very soon.
Yes.
Very soon. So like we always like to say, stay openly fly. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.